And we used to take
That was your breakfast?
we used to take like a spoonful of sugar and pour it over the top of the frosting flakes.
Oh my god.
And it'd be like so like to this day.
How
could
is
you
that even
imagine?
enjoyable?
Could you imagine? I was
You
a
just
kid.
liked it that sweet?
No, I was a kid. Do you know how insane that is that we would do that?
That's with no parent supervision, I'm assuming. Or mom's like, yeah,
you
go
know,
ahead.
You know the weird thing about my
Go ahead, pour it
childhood.
up.
You know what the weird thing about my childhood is? I don't ever remember my parents being there. Like I swear.
But they were there, but you just don't
No,
remember.
I don't. I don't
What
remember.
were they, did they work? Long
Yeah,
hours?
they worked a lot.
Oh,
I
okay.
guess. I don't.
Were they out partying?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they were doing. I don't remember like seeing them around. As bad as that sounds.
Yeah, that's funny. No, it's crazy how like you don't remember a lot of stuff from your childhood like that. Like I don't remember like living, like what did I do in that one house that we lived in? Like there was like, have you lived in multiple houses?
Yeah, for sure.
I really like don't remember like
Living in a
my
house.
life in like one of the houses. And I
That's
wasn't that young.
That's so sad. I wish.
Like I remember it, but I
Yeah.
don't like remember, you know?
It's so weird that your brain is able to like your brain has the capacity to like learn everything ever,
dude.
like literally everything ever.
No,
your brain has the
yeah.
capacity to learn.
Yeah.
But yet somehow you forget like memories. It's like so weird. That pisses me off.
It
I
does.
wish it
And-
wasn't like that.
I was listening to a comedian once and he was like, your brain's a fucking asshole. You have everything in your brain to be happy all the time. And,
Yeah.
like, on point.
Yeah.
Like you're saying, like, you know those times where you're on point. where
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
quick, you're witty, you're like, damn, I got it today. Your brain has all the chemicals to be like that all the time.
But it's an
it fucking,
asshole.
yeah, it fucking does it. It makes you like sad sometimes. Makes you foggy.
Why does it do that?
I don't know, man.
God, that pisses me off.
Yeah, it sucks.
Humans suck.
Because then like once you get that like flow state where you're just like
Yeah.
in
That's the
zone,
weirdest
you
thing.
try to like just stay there.
That's one of the weirdest things about the human body is that it's so rugged and yet so fragile at the exact same time. Like
Yeah.
I have like people who survive like in the world
Yeah.
outside
50
in the
Cent
world.
gets
Yeah.
shot
Haven't
9
eaten in
times.
like 2 days. Yeah, or shot 9
And
times.
one person gets shot in the leg and it's like
yeah,
he's out.
and then okay, I watched the first 48. You know what that is? Like they have like 48 hours. It's like the real murder show. They have 48 hours to solve a murder.
Is it like a documentary?
It's
or
on
is it
80.
like-
Yeah, they're pretty much documentary. It's like an hour
reenactments?
documentary. But they're just like real homicide detectives, and they just follow like they got a call. They're gonna go out and try to solve this
Yeah.
murder, and sometimes they catch the bad guys, sometimes they don't.
Yeah.
Anyways, there's always like, a lot of them are like stupid. Like they got in a fight over $20, and the guy just shot him. A lot of shit's like that.
Yeah, I hear
One
about
of
that
them-
all. Like Florida Man.
Yeah, one of the saddest ones I ever saw was there was a girl. She got in a fight with her boyfriend, young girl, like 18. He was like upstairs asleep. She was downstairs. They got in a fight about like some stupid like, hey, you left the remote. Where's it? Or something like that. Like something stupid. She grabs like a kitchen knife, like a little kitchen knife, and just goes like that. Like doesn't like just like pokes him. Like doesn't stab. Doesn't do anything. Just like it's kind of like what the fuck. Like she's one of those crazy girls that just fucks around. And, like didn't mean to like hurt him, but grabbed a little kitchen. I was like, what the fuck? Well. Somehow she hit in the perfect spot, went between his rib cage and pierced his heart. He died. And now she's on. And they're like, we got to give you murder.
Murder
and she's
or
like,
manslaughter?
No, murder. First degree murder, because she was angry and they were in a fight. And even though she didn't mean to kill him, she killed him in a fit of rage.
Wow.
And they were like, she didn't even know he died. And they came in. They had her. She didn't know he died. They came in to the police. They had her in the interrogation room, and they're like, well, tell us what happened. She's like, oh, we got in a fight. She was just tell them everything because she thought it was just like, like a little assault charge or something. And then they tell him, well, we're booking you for first degree murder because he's dead. And
So
she's
she
like,
didn't know he
She
passed
didn't
away
know he
immediately?
died. Yeah. She didn't even know he died. She thought it was like she thought it was just
That's
like
so tragic.
Yeah, I know. That's the worst. And that was one of the worst things I ever heard. But I was like crazy. I was like, 50 Cent got shot 9 times. He's fine. This guy
What do you think about that?
got stabbed with a little fucking kitchen knife, like a little half inch in the right spot and died. That's insane.
Yeah.
No, I always thought that about the human body. It's so weird that it's like complicated and stupid like that. I hate that.
Yeah, it's true. Like you will, I don't know, like people like bounce back from like stage 4 cancer.
Yeah, exactly.
Just like miraculously,
Yeah.
Or like you hear about these stories like the body and the immune system is like or like placebo effects even. Like
Yeah.
you think you're taking something and your body has the ability to heal itself.
Yeah.
It has the ability to
I totally
heal
believe
itself.
in placebo
Yeah,
effect
no,
for
it works.
sure.
Like,
I think
people,
it does.
yeah, like-
I think when people get cancer, I think it's like not all the time, obviously, but I think being stressed out or having like
Oh, yeah.
guilt or like rage inside, I think it does
Yeah,
like affect your
all of
body.
it's connected,
I think it's connected. Of course, it's
all
not
of
the
it.
main thing, but I definitely
Yeah.
don't think it helps.
No, well, I think it's like health, like in the total sense. Like, are you like being social? Like, are you like people who are social and like see their friends and shit?
Yeah.
Was like they fucking live longer, you know. So it's
Right.
like being healthy. Like, so yeah, like if you're like stressed out, you're closed off from society.
Yeah, I think stress has a lot to do with it too.
yeah, you're like all that for sure.
Yeah, I know.
But wait, what do you think about? Do you think that girl should get life in prison for that? I feel like
No, I don't think she should get life.
I feel like that's so tragic. Like,
I mean, it's more. Yeah, I think they definitely gave her manslaughter. I mean, they gave her murder. They gave her first degree murder, and I thought because I thought the same thing you thought. I go, but yeah, it was fucking sad and crazy. And then I was like, we were talking about how like it's weird that the body's capable of so much, but yet fragile at the same time, and like your brain is capable to learn everything. Your memories,
yeah.
your memories, you can't remember. 5 years ago, like shit you can't remember. I don't know.
yeah, I think I told you this joke one time, but or maybe Sid or something. But there's like a comedian who's like, your brain has the chemicals and the ability to be like on point and happy all the time, but it's not. Your brain's a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's crazy to think like you always have the capacity to be on point,
Right.
but you're just not sometimes. It fucking sucks.
Most of the time.
Yeah, I know,
it's like-
right?
Yeah,
we're
like those moments are rare that you're like in a flow state where you're just like on point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And you try to fucking grab onto them.
And it's so easy to get out. Like,
yeah.
any little thing can get you out of that state.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, man.
Dude, future generations are gonna have it good if they actually like, not like Adderall where it's like there's shitty side effects too. Like if there's ever a pill where it's just like you're gonna be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
That's fucking like
There's no
that's
way.
not fair.
There's
dude.
no way. There's no. First of all, I don't think
Yeah,
there's
I
any
know.
pill
What do you
out
mean?
there. You think there's gonna be a
It
pill.
will- to be the best version of yourself, to be on point, like yeah, for sure.
What pill? What chemical? You think they have one pill that can give you all those
Dude.
chemicals?
The pharmaceutical industry is like 100 years old. Imagine in 1,000 years.
Like, I know, like, the brain is, like, the part of the human body that we know the least about, right?
Yeah.
But they're like, trying to map your brain right now is, like,
right.
the big thing they're trying to do. And
Right.
it's, like,
Never ending.
I feel like they would be able to assess you personally and see like where your like chemical like imbalances
Yeah.
are, and then they'll give you a personalized pill, like you're
Yeah.
saying, like, okay, this person is lacking in whatever,
Yeah,
like
like-
they're not able to produce dopamine because of this or that.
yeah.
Then
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
gonna like whatever, you'll have more of that. But I think even beyond that is I was having this conversation with this girl at my work yesterday because she sent me like a fuck ton of pictures of her baby, and
Oh, wait,
and,
whoa.
and like
Whoa.
Wait, what does this have to do with? I can't
Well,
wait to. What is
okay.
Fuck that.
like
Yeah, we'll come
she
back to
just
that. We'll come
like
back to
she
that. We'll come back
messaged
to
me on my work computer and she was like, "It's official, I have the cutest baby in the world," and I was like, "Fuck, I already know." She just blew up my phone with text messages of these pictures.
I'd be like, bitch,
so I
don't
just like
ever
I
do
like
that.
barely looked at the pictures. There was like 10 of them, and then I messaged her like, "Oh, how old is she now?" And she was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" And I looked at the pictures again, and her shirt said 1 on it, and it was like balloons. And I was like, "My bad. I feel like a creeper looking at pictures of like another person's baby. Like I just feel creepy, And then she's like, "You'll understand when you have a kid." And then I was just like, I don't know if I want to have kids. I feel like this generation of kids may be like the lost generation because 15 or 20 years from now, all those babies, at least people with money, will genetically edit their kids, and now her baby's going to be competing with these genetically engineered kids.
You told her all this?
I was like, not in a good spot. I didn't want to hear it. I was like, I shut her down because I was like, I'm fucking
dude.
trying to work.
Like, in fact, you should have aborted it. Like,
Yeah, exactly.
Well, as I typed that, I was
not
like,
too late.
I was like, I'm about to go in on this girl. Like, I don't even care.
Oh my god!
So that's where the conversation went.
do people with babies not understand that?
That people without babies don't give a shit about. Or even people with babies.
Yeah,
I don't give a
people
shit
don't
about
care about your baby. People,
Yeah.
like unless it's like your niece, your nephew, like close family. Yes,
Yeah.
A stranger doesn't like. I don't care about other babies.
It's like going on a trip. Like it meant a lot to you, and I'm glad you probably learned a lot, and it was awesome. But telling stories to someone else, they're not gonna give a fuck. They weren't there. They don't. It absolutely who gives a shit. That
like talking about your fantasy team.
Yeah, exactly. Like no one gives a shit. It's the same thing with babies. I never understood that either. It's like I hope I'm not that way. I don't know if I will be. But
I heard a comedian say once, like today, like you go through someone's Facebook and you see all their vacation pics. But like, I guess I was too young for this, but like in the 90s and 80s, you would invite people over and have like a fucking like a booklet.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like what were those like hard
photo book?
Yeah, photo book. And you'd be like, look at our trip to Spain. And you'd have to pretend to be excited to be. Oh, that's cool.
That was Saturday at my parents' house.
Really?
My parents just got back from a trip, and my mom, she's like typical like older lady. She takes all the pictures with her iPad, so I can just imagine her holding her whole iPad up and taking pictures.
She's got like a Hawaiian shirt on,
so
like,
like, exactly, man. Like I can just imagine
American
her doing that. So it was just like an hour of her flipping through, like, oh, this was so, and they were in South Carolina, so it was like all these plantations, and I was like, oh, you trying to see all the Civil War monuments before they take them down?
Dude, that actually, I kind of want to go see one of those.
One of the
like just a big ass like
your dad's was born and raised on a farm. Why the fuck would he want to go see a plantation for a vacation?
He doesn't make the decisions, man.
Okay, I was like, that doesn't make sense. Your dad's like,
my mom just loves being out in like nature and like going to all these state parks and stuff. So that's where all their trips are. So.
Yeah, but sure, your dad's like, dude,
and she's really into history.
Oh, okay.
So they're always just
all right. That's cute. Yeah, I'm not that into it. I mean, I guess I'll see a little bit, but I don't know.
I think that whole era is cool. Like for some reason, are you like drawn to?
You mean the whole era of slavery is cool?
No, I know. Okay, yeah.
Is that what you're trying to?
Careful,
what era? What era are you talking about?
It was the high point of society.
We should bring back the.
No, but just like, are you ever drawn to like eras in history? Like I think World War II was really cool. Like that whole generation. I just like love watching Discovery Channel pieces on it. Like I think the colonial like early 1800s Southern like plantation style.
I got what you're saying. You just drawn to it.
Brother, Where Art Thou or whatever. Like I really like that movie and just like old Mississippi in like 1800s. I'd love to go back then. I mean, obviously I wouldn't fare well, but
yeah.
I like random stories. Like that's why I like Drunk History, because they tell random stories that you never heard before. Because I feel like all the stories you hear about history is the same shit repeated.
Is that a good show?
I like it. I don't know.
I've never given it a chance.
Yeah,
it's weird like when you were talking about it last week and you said it's on Hulu. I remember like in college when I was on like Comedy Central. Or at least, it was. Comedy Central sponsored it, and they would put it like on YouTube and stuff.
I think it did. I think it was one of the shows that just started on YouTube, and it got so popular that Comedy Central picked it up. And now it's an actual show. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I mean, it's good. It's cool. They got a lot of. They've got like surprisingly like a lot of A-list actors. Yeah. Like John Cena was in one, and you're just like,
wasn't Will Ferrell in a few?
Yeah, and like you're just like. Not the wrestler, John Cena. What's the one, the kid that wasn't super bad?
Yeah, the skinny.
Their names are similar though, right?
Michael Cera.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say.
Yeah, the wrestler.
John Cena got drunk.
John Cena. Yeah.
Who was he playing?
No, they don't. They get random people to tell the stories, but then they also get random people to act out the stories. So.
But they're true stories.
Yeah, they're all true stories.
Like fun twist on.
Yeah, there was an interesting one about the Newsboys. I don't know if you know about that. They were like how there was everyone had to buy newspapers back in the day to get their news, and then
come get your paper.
Yeah, the paper companies, little boys would stand on the corner. You buy them from the paper company, you sell them, but the paper company raised their prices, and then no one was able to buy them. So the newsboys were like, "We can't sell this shit," and they're like, "Lower your prices." And the paper was like, "No," and so they all got together and had like it was like 12-year-olds versus this huge monopoly of two like large newspapers, and they had to get together and have like a conference. So it was kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, kind of weird.
So the 12-year-olds won out.
Yeah, the 12-year-olds won out eventually.
And they're all just like 5 or 10 minutes, right?
No, there's like the episode, like it's like 30 minutes long, and there's like usually like 3 of them, I think, 3 different stories. Okay. So whatever.
Do they do like reenactments?
Yeah, they do reenactments.
So they're narrating.
Yeah,
as they're like,
the drunk person is narrating. That's the funny part. The drunk person is narrating, and then people are just in the background acting it out as the drunk person. Like they'll use the drunk person's words over it. It's interesting.
Cool. Yeah, check some more of those out.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. All right, Marcos, do you want to tell us your story that you want to share? Or try to get our.
Well, so me and JP were talking about this, but I wanted to wait because I feel like you probably have some anecdotes about it. But we're just talking about like, all right, so I got this really hot girl's IG.
Dude, this girl's pretty.
Yeah, she's
pretty
really
attractive.
She's like an IG model. I don't know how I got her or whatever, but anyways, we texted a few times, and then she texted last, and I never responded. And I guess, yeah, I was just like, we were kind of like
This is
thinking
on
about
Instagram, y'all?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And I never responded. And now it's been like a week later. Well, first off, I was just like procrastinating and being like a lazy piece of shit. And so I'm like,
new level of laziness.
no, dude. And I was like, all right, I'll like respond to her in like 30 minutes, whatever. And then I get sidetracked and whatever. Then it turns into like 2 days.
Yeah.
Then it's just like, all right, now it's too late. But now a week later, I'm like, fuck yeah, I should just send her something.
Yeah.
But I'm like, have you guys ever had that where it's like, and I've been talking to other like not as attractive girls, like more like I've been putting forth more effort. And I don't know if it's because she's like an IG model and I'm just like, it's going to be too much work. Like she's probably
Wait, how did y'all link up? It's just totally random? Or is it possible to...
Oh,
No, you want to hear?
story.
No, let's hear this story. Yeah. Let's hear this story. How
Alright,
did
is
you?
this too deep?
No. How did you?
Oh, Cliff Notes. I basically got catfished on a Bumble date
Ooh.
at Agora Cafe.
We got catfished.
Ooh,
We got catfished hard.
Same girl, but like looked so bad in person. She had like her hair was like a broom, like it was like a straw hair.
What?
Yeah, it was like, and I'm a big hair guy. Anyways, so we ended quickly, thankfully, and I'm walking out with this girl out of Agora, and we like hug and say goodbye, and I give her the whole fake like, yeah, I'll text you or whatever, like just trying to be nice. And then this hot ass girl walks out, and it's like kind of like drizzling, and she's walking on Westheimer to move her car apparently, and I'm just like, I see her, I'm just like, fuck it, should I go? No, I shouldn't go. Well, fuck it, maybe I should just go. So I just run over there, I say, hey, what's up, blah, blah, I thought you were cute. And so I got her IG, but yeah, I don't know, man.
And then he got her instant message. She sent him a message on Instagram. He opened it, looked at it, but you know how Instagram sends read receipts. And so he comes over here. He's like, "Hey, dude, can you get read receipts?" I was like, "Yeah, man. You can definitely see if someone saw your message." He's like, "Dang it, this girl messaged me like a week ago." I was like, "Well, she definitely saw that." He's like, "What excuse can I give that I didn't respond?" I go,
Yeah.
"I don't know that your mom died. You're in the hospital. I don't.
There's
There's,
no-
there's
yeah.
only like two. What do
Yeah.
you?
Is
were
there,
in the-
all right, is there
You
any
got
way
hit by
out
a
of a
car
week?
and you're in a coma?
What sucks is then it more is a reflection of her, you know? Because if she's like insecure about herself, that's kind of like a power play and she'll like be likely to respond to you. But if she's like secure about herself, she'd probably be like, fuck
she's
this
like,
guy.
Fuck this guy, yeah. This guy's
like,
the-
I don't
It's
need
definitely that.
This guy's already playing games and I mean fucking really.
It wasn't even, yeah, fuck. so
So-
there's no coming out of a
You can, no,
week-long
you
hole.
give it a shot. Give it a shot. What's the worst that can happen?
well,
Worst
No,
thing-
but I want to take a strategic shot. I'm not going to be like, hey, what's up? I
you
got to be
already
like,
blew. Hey, you already blew your strategic
like,
shot.
hey.
Your strategic shot would have been message her right when she messaged you.
Just, I mean, yeah, I
feel like you already fucked
better
up.
late than never.
Yeah, exactly.
do you ever put like more effort in a less attractive girl just because you know it's like she's like more into you, or it's just like maybe going to be easier, or like
No.
I'm trying to psychoanalyze myself. Like, why am I talking?
I do that to myself all the time. Man.
I don't.
Why am I talking to a 6 when I had a 10 perfectly eager to respond to me?
Yeah.
I don't know.
And I'm just like, I'm a fucking idiot.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. I think I'm with you. I think you're a fucking idiot.
No, I think it might be. No, I think it's
You
a
did
mixture.
the hard work by approaching her. Like,
Yeah, that was the hardest part.
God,
The only reason I can think of is
you have
like
to give it a shot.
if
though,
you.
at this
Yeah.
point.
I don't.
well, have y'all ever like popped out of the blue?
I've done it just because I'm like lazy, but
Does it work?
But it's never been. It's always been like I wasn't too excited about her.
So it's not like a high quality girl.
I wouldn't go after. I wouldn't try to spend time with her or like.
So a high quality girl would not give me the time of day, right?
I'd say it'd
Probably.
be a lot
If it was a
less
high quality
likely.
girl, I would shoot my shot. I mean, if she was cool,
Yeah.
I mean, on the one hand, though, it's like
She's
it's
in
not
med
like y'all
school.
even went on a date or anything. So
Yeah.
maybe it's not.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe she'll be understanding.
Just be like, hey, work was busy. You can give it a shot. What's
But
the
what did
worst that
she
could
say
happen?
to you last? Was it something that you were supposed to respond to, like a question?
Just
And it
nude.
It was a question.
It was just nudes.
It was a question.
Oh,
It was
the
just
question.
nude. Just her in a bathtub.
You could just
What are you
respond a
gonna
week
do?
later and act like nothing happened.
Hey, you up for dinner tomorrow? Or? That'd be great if you just act.
I sent her like kind of like a stupid joke or whatever.
No. Let's hear what you said. No, don't.
We were.
No. Read out the conversation. What are you shooting
I'm
up?
not reading the whole conversation.
What? We didn't do.
We kind of like joked about like, I don't know how we got it. Like, oh, like, I'm gonna marry you and divorce you or whatever. Like, I was just like teasing her and stuff. And then something I said, blah blah. Like, I'm working hard to get us that house in the hills, white picket fence, and 2.5 kids. And she was like, ha ha ha. How does the 2.5 work? And I never responded.
What was your response gonna be? A midget? You gonna have a midget kid?
Probably.
Little people.
That's actually what I thought.
Little
Yeah.
people. Actually, sorry.
So she asked me that, and then a week later,
And you didn't respond.
and she
You should be like, you here.
Just be
just
like,
say-
I thought really hard about this. Send her like a really in-depth answer to that
an
question.
equation.
Yeah.
I carry the four.
Yeah.
yeah, that's one way to do it. Or you can say,
You have 3 kids. One leg gets amputated. Then
"Jeez, dude, that's
That could be
that's
good.
not a creepy way to go. About it. That's not a
Yeah.
creepy way to go about it."
You could still make something out of it. I
yeah.
think though. I think it's still alive.
All right.
It's
Yeah.
on its last legs, but it's still alive.
Anyways, let's get over my sad love life.
No, that was
Well, because JP was like, "What'd you eat today?" I was like, "Lupe tortilla."
okay. And
like,
I was
"Oh,
like,
you
"Oh,
went
you
to
went to
Lupe's?"
Lupe's?" Because I was like, "Dude, Lupe's is overpriced, man. $20. It's like
I don't know if I've ever
$20.
been to Lupe Tortilla.
good.
It's good. It's overpriced though, but it's good.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh man, yeah, I like that place." I was like, "Oh, who'd you go with?" He's like, "No, I just picked up to go." I go, "You would have picked up $20? You picked up $20 fajitas to eat at home by yourself?" He's like, "Yeah, man. I don't know why."
It's like, yeah, I would rather eat fajitas sadly on my couch by myself than message a hot girl.
Yeah, you got time to do that.
yeah, which makes even
Hey,
less,
sorry, really busy.
which makes even less even less
it's bad.
sense.
That's like Chang last week or a couple weeks ago. He drove to Long John Silver's. I was like, what the fuck?
Long John- I
I literally
don't
have
know-
never been to Long John Silver's before.
My dad would go there and like take me after soccer games, and I would purposely not get anything. But you're taking me to Jack in the Box. Like, I'm not eating here. I don't want hush puppies.
I don't like fish, so I'm not a long.
I don't like fish from a fucking fast food place.
Yeah.
How do they stay in business? Who's eating there?
I don't. The same thing with Coney Island.
I told you I went to
Do
Popeyes.
people go to Coney Island?
And that's the other one I brought up.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the same thing.
Who eats there? Yeah, who's like on a Wednesday? You know what? You for lunch? You know, I feel like feeling like shit the rest of the day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go eat a couple of hot dogs from James Coney Island. Just afterwards, I'm just gonna shit my brains out and want to kill myself. Let's go back to work.
There are less and less Coney Islands, just as there
Yeah.
are less and less.
There's one. What are you
Changed
talking about?
up their-
There's one on Richmond, right inside
Yeah,
the.
Yeah.
There's like 4 in the city. There's like one on Shepherd, one on Richmond.
There's
There's
one on
one off 45. Yeah.
Yeah.
I noticed they
Oh, yeah.
rebranded and all that a couple years
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
It's
on
like
the way from
JCI.
Clear Lake.
Yeah.
Like right after 610 or something.
How much profit are you making on a hot dog though?
What? A lot.
I mean-
What do you mean? It's just fucking sludge.
Yeah.
It's toxic sludge in a fucking.
How much do they charge you for? I don't even know what's the going price for a hot
I've
dog.
never
these
been
days?
inside of Coney Island.
Try to price a hot dog these days.
It's
I
gotta
don't
be
know.
super cheap. I mean, if you can get dollar hot dogs at
I told you I went to churches
Yeah.
not too long ago. I haven't been there forever. I was like, and they have like dollar wings on or
Oh
dollar.
my God.
They have some deal like that, like
Yeah,
dollar 3-piece. I don't
Probably
remember what it was.
a buck,
Yeah.
like 3 pounds of chicken for $1.
First of all, I went with my coworkers. We were by far the skinniest people in there by at least 50 pounds. Not being funny. And then also, I was like, I ate 2 pieces. I was like, I think I might throw up. This is so greasy, and
man.
it literally felt like you were just eating grease on on a stick. It was disgusting.
Yeah.
Like grease was pouring off of it as you were holding it. It like dripped grease down.
Like, why did y'all decide to go there?
Yeah,
Because we were
why?
like, because I was like, it was one of those like, oh, I haven't been there in forever, and they have $1. Maybe it's just like a hidden gym, and then we went there. We're like,
gosh.
no, that's right. That's why I don't eat this shit. It was one of those. I was like,
Yeah.
dude, that's right. That's
Yeah.
why
I always
we don't
thought
eat it.
the best thing about all those like chain fried chicken places are the biscuits.
Yeah, for
biscuits are
sure,
always
for
the
sure.
Yeah.
But dude, now I feel like if I eat 2 biscuits, I'm gonna have to work out at least a couple hours.
Isn't it crazy? Like as a kid, like the shit you eat
Oh
though.
man, I went
Yeah.
through
Like
it.
he was saying how he poured like sugar.
Oh
in
yeah,
his Frosted
let's
Flakes.
say-
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Like, do you remember KFC had those snackers? Do you remember what those were?
No.
$1 like little like sliders.
oh yeah.
It was like
I
a
remember
biscuit
that.
and like little chicken. $1 snackers. I would get that like every day. I get like 3
Really?
every day.
I remember McDonald's had on like Tuesdays. It was like 3 of those little hamburgers for $1 or something.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
like my dad would pick me up from football practice and he'd
Dude,
just have
I
a
used to
bag
do
of
this
10 of
thing.
those.
Dude, I
I'd
used
be
to do
"What
this.
the
Yeah,
fuck?"
dude, I remember
And
he-
you could smash so many
Dude,
of them.
I
Like
remember,
two
I remember,
bites and
I
you're
remember
done.
they had Big Macs. I think it was like 2 for $5, and I would get like 4 of them. Or so it was some crazy deal
they
like
had
that.
some deal that was insane.
It was like I remember I would get two Big Macs or 2 or 3 Big Macs and 2 large fries for like under
Yeah.
$10.
Think about
And
how
it was-
enticing that is to like a working family. It's like, well, we could feed
Yeah.
them for
Yeah,
$50 or we
yeah.
could feed them for
Yeah.
15.
Yeah.
I mean, that's why pizza is like the most popular
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
I mean, it gets me like at least once a month. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
fucking Domino's just makes sense, you know?
Dude, I feel like my parents are really health conscious and they still like, I went to CC's pretty regularly. I'd say
Yeah.
like, I like me and my sister would have competitions on like how many pieces we could
Dude, I used to CC's was the shit.
Like, I think my record was,
actually I don't
I got
actually
27 one time.
I don't
No crust though. No
actually
crust.
I don't think
Holy
CC actually
shit.
I don't think CC's is bad. I don't think it's bad to this day. Or last time I had it, I actually didn't taste terrible.
I went when I was like 19
But you'll
one time,
die.
and I was like, oh.
Last time we were in college, and we went, me and Dave, and we were like, it was the same thing. We're
Gaddy's
like,
is way better.
Oh yeah,
But y'all didn't have-
was there
we all love it.
Gaddy's in here or
Yeah,
near here?
yeah.
Yeah, they had
No,
a Gaddy's.
Gaddy's is way better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have a Gaddy's in College Station, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah. That's the last time I went
Yeah.
to either of those places.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll do Gaddy's.
I would do.
double
There's a
days.
CC's not far from here. It's over there off of TC Jester.
I would love to do a challenge just to see how much
Dude,
I can
we
That
should
would
we
be
should
cool.
do we should we should videotape it.
throw.
Yeah.
Dude, we should
Feel
all
like
go in there and
shit.
just videotape it and just
I
afterwards
think I could
want
get
to
it.
die.
I mean, as a kid, I got like 20, like mid 20s. I think 27 or something.
Ooh man, I would like take some like laxatives before just to prepare my stomach.
Clear
you know,
everything out.
yeah, just be ready to
Just
clear
flush
everything out.
everything.
Yeah, that's why I eat so much.
Shit, man.
I don't know.
It might not be worth it. Well, that's got to be like a
No,
monetary prize.
That'd be great. That'd be a great.
I'll do it for like 100.
That'd be a great extra video for just like a challenge. I don't know. I want to tell y'all a story that happened this past weekend. It was really interesting.
Go for it. Wait, we were with you this weekend. Wait,
No,
for
Saturday night after the tech game, y'all went.
oh, I didn't go out that night. I went to Ross's thing.
Yeah, I didn't see
Yeah.
that either.
You went to that? You went to that?
Dude, don't get me started. It was literally baby talk. They brought their babies.
They brought their baby. Why would you go?
Ross
to
brought
that?
his baby, and then this other couple brought their baby.
that's worse than
and everyone was
watching
just
pictures.
obsessed with the baby the entire time. It was just taking turns being like, "Oh, you're so cute," and I was like, "Yeah, it's really cute actually," but like after 5 minutes, I'm over it.
Yeah, after 5
No, it
minutes.
is, yeah.
I'm over it right now. Just hearing about it.
But it was like
What are you
hours of it. And I was like, "Oh,
Oh,
my
man,
god,
that's rough.
it's just a little human. He's gonna grow up to be an asshole, just like all of everyone."
talking about? Like you, Ross. He's gonna grow up to be an
He's
asshole.
gonna be a
like
fucking
you.
asshole.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like, "Shut up, cunt." He's gonna tell you that to your face one day. So
Yeah, just like
Oh my
Ross
God,
talks to
you
his
said
parents,
that,
man.
you said that to your parents?
You
No,
should hear
Ross
Ross.
does.
Ross does?
Oh, it's terrible.
Really?
yeah.
Oh,
I don't know
gosh.
if I've ever heard it. I remember hearing y'all stories about
Oh,
it. But
dude.
Like,
Jeez, oh, wait, are you serious? Oh,
I would
my
walk
God.
by his
My
room
mom
in college.
would take a shoe and hit me with it for
No,
sure.
either A, he would pull me in to look at some titties of like some girl. I would try to get to my room without him stopping me. I'd be like with my headphones on. Like, "Hey, Marcos, come here."
and he had that
He's like-
first room too, right?
Yeah. He's like, he would have double screens of two different sets of tits, and he's like, "Are you a perky guy, or are you like him like kind of saggy?"
God.
I'm like, "Ross, I gotta go."
Why would he?
Or he would just be cussing out his dad. He'd be like, "Dad, you fucking idiot! You made me do civil engineering, and now my degree's worthless." He's like, "You're gonna pay for my grad school. You and mom are fucking idiots." He's like,
One of those,
yeah.
It's like one of those or like movies where you see the piece of shit kid just like yelling. Like it's like a real thing though.
Too grown up
bad.
brat.
Dude, why would you do that? That's terrible. It's a terrible person.
Anyways, what were we saying? Oh, what's your story?
Oh yeah, yeah, that's right. So Saturday night we go. I go watch the Tech game. We lose, and I'm hanging out with Jordan at that bar, Concrete, and then I get a call or text saying there's people going to Fabian's to go dance. So I was
Okay.
like, all right, I'm gonna go over there. If it's like 1:30, and I'm just gonna go over for a little bit. So I go over there, and first of all, there's two different stories. So the first story is I'm in line, and I forget that Fabian once it's like
$20
once
cover.
it's like
Lower the
1:30, that line it doesn't move. It doesn't move because
Yeah.
nobody wants to leave because they know
Yeah.
it's open till 3:00.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, so it's like getting around like 2. And I'm like, damn, this thing is not moving. So I'm in line, and this girl tries to cut the line. The line's like, I'm kind of towards the front, like right ready to get in. There's like 20 people behind me, right? And this girl, this Mexican girl, like she was like bigger, like kind of a like ghetto Mexican girl, like one of those big loop earrings kind of things. She's with the group of like 5 guys. They're all drunk. She tries to cut the line, and then everyone's like, no. The cop's like, hey, the line's back there. She's like, oh, I was in line. And the cop, and then she turns the bouncer, the door guy, turns to us. He's like, hey, was she in line? And the whole line's like, no, this girl is fucking sucks. And we were like, no, she wasn't in line. And then she's like talking to the bouncer about God knows what. She's trying to get her and these fucking 4 big like like gross Mexican dudes in, and we're like, dude, you're not gonna get him. You're not. There's no. Just go get in line. You're not. If you can either leave or go get in line because this guy is. There's no way all of y'all are getting in there. And so. Like she's talking to the bouncer for a good 10 minutes. Finally, the bouncer is like, no. And the guy in the front of me line is like, no, she wasn't in line. Well, she takes all her anger on the guy in front of me. He's like a nerdy dude, him and his friend. So she leaves. She goes to the corner. There's a cop right there, the door guy, and that was she was talking to, and then the guy in front of me. Right, I'm like the second or third person in line. The two guys, a guy and his friend, are in front of me. It's me, and then the 20 people behind me. She goes to the corner. Like still yelling back at the door guy, like, oh fuck you, give a piece of shit. And then she walks up to the dude in front of me and like grabs him by the throat and like pushes him. Like the kid, he's like 20 years old. She grabs him by the throat and pushes him. She's like, oh fuck you. And I was like, dude, the cop sees this, and I was like, dude, are you not gonna do anything? Does not the worst bouncer, door guy, and the worst cop.
Both of them?
Both of them. They don't do any. The girl literally assaults this dude, pushes him.
Just because he said she
and they don't
wasn't
even
in line.
they don't even grab her. She just walks off like nothing happened. I was like, what the fuck is going? I should have taken out and snapped it, but I thought for sure, I honestly didn't even think about it. But I was like, dude, what the fuck did I just watch? So that was the first story. So I was like, after this is like 20 minutes of them just like wasting time. So it's like around like 2:10. I'm like, can I just go inside? I don't even give a shit about. Can I just get in? Because he hasn't let anybody in this whole time. He's been talking to this ugly girl. Yeah. So like finally he's like, yeah, you were in, and he's like, after that girl assaulted the guy, I guess he felt bad for him. He's like, yeah, y'all can go in. So I was like, all right,
kind of worth it.
So I go inside. We're dancing, hanging out, and first of all, the funny part was I've never had this happen before while I was dancing. This is a side note. This is not the other story. So we're dancing, and then suddenly it's like getting towards the end of the night, and then I'm dancing with this like. I'm not paying attention. I'm dancing with this pretty attractive young lady, and I like suddenly I feel like it kind of clears out, and I'm like I'm paying attention to her. I can't dance salsa, and you got to pay attention to her. So I'm not like really paying attention. But all of a sudden, I feel like everyone's just like something's weird. Like everyone's just looking at us, and I turn around. Like finally, I take a moment to like look around. There's just 30 dudes around us, just checking. I was like, why are they looking? I was like, oh, they're looking at the girl. I was like, it's the weirdest thing. I just look up. There's just 30 dudes around me, like watching, like basically the whole bar. At this point, it was just watching us dance. It was the weirdest thing. I was like, dude, this is. I was like, oh, is that what it's like to be a hot chick the whole time? I was like, this is like, because I could feel the energy as I'm dancing, like not even paying attention. I like felt their energy of everyone just like trying to like. I felt like they were trying to like look at me. I was like, oh no, they're definitely looking at this girl right now. But this is what every attractive girl must feel like all the time. Like this is a creepy feeling. That's not the side story. All right, so next, this is the last story. So we leave. This is way more interesting. So we leave and we're like waiting for our Ubers outside, and I'm just talking to these two girls, and we're hanging out talking about the night. And the cop that one of the cops, the two cops are leaving. They walk by. Two of them walk by, and then one of them just stops right there, like a younger guy, cop stops in front of us, and we're talking, and we're like, we just kind of like pause for a second. And he goes, "Oh, I can't believe you guys waited in line to get in that bar." And I was like, what is happening right now? I was like, no way, this guy's about to do this. He goes, and obviously she's like, yeah. He's like, yeah. She's like, yeah, it's always at a long line. You should let us in next time. And he's like, yeah, I mean, I can if you want to get my number. I was like, yeah, sure, go for it. And so I'm like watching, but it was like the douchiest, because like I was like, how does he know that's not my girlfriend, or like, that, or like, I was like talking. It was like the douchiest like way to forget a pickup line. It was like, plus it was like a shitty fucking little stupid bar.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like watching this unfold. I'm thinking like a male psyche. I was like, oh man, I'm sober at this point. I mean, I was sober the whole night, and I was like, oh man, this is weird. And I was like on the outside, like watching this, and then like the cop walks off, and he like high fives the other cop, which is like a 40-year-old man, the guy that didn't do anything about the assault charge. He was like waiting for him, and like they high five each other like this, and they get in the car. I was like, dude, is that what it's like? Were we all douchebags like that? I just felt like such a like idiot. No. Like I felt like a guy. I was like, is that what it's like to look like a guy? I was thinking to myself, like, I'm sure I've done that before, and I'm embarrassed about myself just watching someone do that.
You've used your connections to.
No, I wouldn't. I don't think I'd ever do. Like, it was just.
See, that's the douchey part. The fact that he's bartering with her. Like it's almost like a negotiation. Like, hey, I have something of value to you. So in
I'm sure
exchange,
I've done it with drinks though. I'm sure, right?
yeah, like you can buy girls drinks, and you're being like, it's like a contract. Like, hey, like now you got to give me 5 minutes of your time.
Yeah.
Which is like, I don't like to buy drinks because then it's like she feels stuck there if she's not like interested, but she just wants to drink.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I don't do that shit. I try not to.
I know, yeah.
But dude, I feel like that's on the girl for encouraging that shit, man.
Nah, I mean, I was like,
No, she's encouraging guys. She's making the world have guys that continue to do that.
The funny part was, I just walked away. I was like, "Hey man, I stood in line 2. Can I get your number?" I was like, "I don't want to." Honestly, that was the first thing I thought. I was like, "Oh man, hey man." I was like,
any gay cops work the door?
Yeah. I was like, the line was 30 minutes to get in. Can I honestly get your number? Oh yeah, but I don't know. It was just a weird. Bad. It was a weird vibe. I just felt like that. Like, oh, that's
a weird bad night.
Yeah, the funny thing was like a cop too. It was like, I don't know. And I was like, it would be different if the cop was like real cool. But I was like, I just watched you watch an assault. You didn't do shit.
Like,
I know you're a bad cop.
It's messed up though, because if she wouldn't have, like, if she would have been like a bitch to him, then she runs the risk of never being able to get back in there. Because that dude could play that card, you know?
Do you think they would do that?
I don't know. Like, if that guy's
she could
that big of a dick, you know, that he's doing something like that, he could turn around and do the other thing too, you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I just felt like, I was like, oh man, I feel bad for a guy, man. Like, it's just, I feel bad for any girl I've hit on like that. I was like, did I come off like that? Sometimes I should never do that again.
Nah,
I don't know. It was just
I think most normal guys don't.
Yeah, it's just
you have to also remember like what kind of people turn into cops. Like, no disrespect to cops, but they're usually not like the brightest or the most athletic or the most. Like,
I mean, I feel like
think about who are like an ROTC.
Yeah, you would want. Yeah,
and that's why you have cops that like,
and even the good
they're
ones,
quick to pull their trigger because they've been picked on.
Yeah, even the good ones that just want to like serve. I feel like they're like real anal and like all about. So like, you know, like that. So you either have pieces of shit or the guys that are too over the top.
Yeah,
like, I don't know if there's any middle ground.
And that cop like probably never really had much girl attention in high school, so now he's got a little power and he's got a uniform and he's like,
yep.
All right, well,
I'll tell you, I can never be a cop. I don't think. I'm fuck getting shot at. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, fuck that.
Yeah.
Dude, it's crazy how like going out is just a completely different like Twilight Zone to real life. Do y'all ever think that?
Yeah.
Like all the rules of society, like,
no, I've never
like
thought
break
about that.
down.
What? How so?
You can talk to someone at the grocery store, super nice. You talk to the same girl at night, she'll be like, fuck off, dick.
Yeah.
Like someone like choke slam someone, like that's like at a fucking Kroger.
You just shrug your shoulders.
What is going on?
People would come rushing, like,
I guess that's true.
And it's just at night. It's just like it's a free for all.
It's just alcohol. It's alcohol.
It is that too, but it's also like the vibe of just like.
But it is like in terms of like the girls thing, approaching a girl, it's like they assume you're coming at them with some preconceived notion, oh, they want to get with me
because it's a bar.
Yeah, because it's a bar, which I get that. So they're like naturally defensive.
Yeah,
and they're like, all right.
Yeah, for sure.
If they're not feeling it, or like sometimes you don't even get a word out, and they're like with their girls and just like, you know, turn their head or something like that's like, whoa, like there's no need to be like that.
Yeah,
like,
and it's not every night, but it's like some nights where it's just like you're in like the night you had, where it's just like, this is like not even society right now. This is just fucking.
Yeah, it was.
Like, everyone's acting so weird.
It was honestly a great night. Had fun. It was really good, and I was like, dude, it was just. It was cool because it was like I was on the outside looking like I felt like I was watching a show. I was watching a show of drunk people. I think I'm gonna be sober more often because it's like watching a show of drunk people, and I was there completely, you know, able to like. I was just like watching a drunk people go through their night, and I was just on the outside like looking in. It was really interesting. I liked it a lot.
Yeah,
it was fun. And that's why I was like thinking self-consciously about like, man, I hope I don't come off that way. It made me think about my own. I don't know. Perspective.
Oh, when you drink, yeah, you probably do.
Yeah, and I know. That's why it made me think too. I was like, if I drink, do I live like that? I was like, yeah, because I don't know if I would have been analyzing it that well if I was that way. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know if that was a good story or not. I felt like it was a long
one. It was. Yeah.
I don't know.
It was worthy of the podcast for sure.
Great. Well, Dewey Wade, tell me about him.
Yeah, last game, right?
Yeah. I saw his stats. I didn't.
Yeah, triple-double.
Yeah.
Where does he rank for you?
Rank all time, or
okay, I guess.
Oh man.
He was telling me about that cool commercial. Did you see that commercial?
Oh, have you seen that Budweiser commercial?
Dude, tell me.
So it's like a kind of like a tearjerker. He, I guess like
commercial.
Yeah, they did it for his retirement or whatever. So like I guess throughout his career, he did like a lot of like charitable, like nice deeds for people, and they're all like coming back and like telling them where they are at this point in their lives.
Yeah,
like he paid like some girl's tuition, and then like she comes and like tells him like what she's done with it. And she like gives him her like cap and gown and like thanks, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And like it's just like a montage of like people like just thanking him and being like, hey, like 10 years ago you did this for me, and like now I'm a homeowner and like I'm not homeless anymore.
Damn,
and shit.
that's crazy.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah,
really
it's just like
awesome.
shit like that. Yeah. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah,
he's a good dude.
He's always seemed like a really good dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's synonymous with that city.
I'm pretty sure it's his son that's gay.
Is that here? Wait.
I don't
No,
know.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I haven't heard about
There's
that.
a gay son.
There was
from an NBA player?
one. There was one. I saw a bunch of memes. The mom was out supporting him. I think they went to a gay pride parade, and he looked like a young kid. And they were like, "Oh, it's good to see that this mom still supporting him." And I think his dad was a basketball player, but I don't remember. I thought it was.
I haven't heard about that.
No, I never heard about that either.
I saw a bunch of memes today.
Like I was reading some article on Dirk today because it was Dirk Nowitzki's.
Oh,
he's
yeah,
retiring
that.
too.
Yeah.
And dude, this was fucking crazy to me. So he's been in the league since 1998. They said in this article.
Whoa.
If you think about it, if Luka Doncic, who's a rookie on the Mavericks now, if his career spans as long as Dirk's does, we will be 51 when he retires. When Luka retires, because
Damn.
Dirk played 21 years.
Damn.
We will be in our 50s when Luka retires if he has the same length career as
Holy
Dirk.
shit.
That's insane.
Can't even think about being a
Yeah, why would
I
you?
was
Why
just
would you
like-
say that to me right now?
They said Luka will retire 2040 if his career goes on. I was
Damn, he
like,
played
what
for
the
a long-
fuck,
damn, he
man. I
played
was
for
like,
a
that's
long
true.
time.
We were like his career started in 1998.
Dude, The Ringer did a good podcast on Dirk.
Oh,
Just,
really?
like summing up his career. It's
Yeah,
really
I need
good.
to listen to that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Well-
How he just like that whole draft was crazy. How like Paul Pierce kept dropping too, and then Dirk dropped, and apparently like the Mavs were trying to keep Dirk a secret. Like they went to Germany,
shit.
they worked him out, and they're like, hey,
Oh, he was drafted by the Bucks though, right?
yeah. But apparently they were there was like some, I think they meant to draft Tractor Trailer, and then they were with the preconceived notion that they were going to trade.
Oh, okay. So it was already like they'd already discussed
I don't know
it.
why they wouldn't just take Dirk though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't remember, but.
Yeah, they do.
But yeah, they were like they were trying to shut down all his other NBA workouts because they didn't want anyone knowing about him.
Man,
Yeah.
that's a smart thing that I didn't realize how often that was practiced. But
Yeah.
who did it happen? It happened with somebody last year where they're just like, basically a franchise will make them a promise. Like, if you don't go work out for any other team, we promise that we're going to draft you at this spot. So if it's like a team later
How
in
can
the
they
first
do
round,
that if they don't know what the other people are gonna do?
I would still work out.
well, it's
for
just like,
teams.
okay, well, if other people draft him, then that means he's gone even earlier in the
okay,
draft,
yeah,
you know?
I gotcha.
But it's just like,
Don't show
they
him.
provide
Yeah,
him that
if-
security.
Yeah,
and
if you
then-
fall to us, we're taking you.
Yeah,
Have they ever said that they were gonna draft him and then end up not drafting him? then?
probably.
I'm sure.
Yeah, that's what I'm
happened.
saying. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I mean, that's
You're
why
just gonna take their word for it? No
you
way.
You just build that credibility with the player from the start, though, you know?
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, but if like the best player, like let's say the guy and somehow the top
Another guy
three
falls.
player,
Yeah.
top three still hasn't been picked at pick 10, you're gonna definitely take him, even though you promised it to the other guy. So
Yeah.
that would be fucked up. But.
yeah, but you know what I'm saying? They're definitely not gonna care about your feelings.
The thing is, like, a lot of these guys, there's only like a handful of agents that handle most of the
Right.
stars in the league, and so you don't want to fuck up a relationship with an agent.
Right,
So if you
right.
fuck up, if you tell a player that and you give him a promise, and then you back out of it, then your relationship with that agent, if you're trying to sign
yeah,
one of his other players as a free agent later,
you're
and be like, well,
fucked,
fuck you, man.
yeah.
yeah.
I didn't
So
think about
it's
that.
all like, it is kind of the stuff that you did isn't really in the news and stuff like that. Really, like, that goes on behind the scenes really plays a big.
They should have. I mean, I don't think they ever could, but they should have a TV show about agents because that has to be the most interesting.
Oh,
Was
yeah.
job.
that rock show?
I don't know.
The HBO show with The Rock?
Yeah, he's like a financial manager.
but no, I want to.
Like-
I don't want the.
like
I want
a
the real thing. I know what
reality
you're talking
TV
about.
show.
Yeah, I want the real thing.
Yeah,
I don't want
reality.
like the. Yeah, what is that? I forget that one. People seem to like it.
Ballers.
I don't know Ballers. I don't know if
Yeah.
they're still. Is that show still on? I don't know. I've never
I think
seen
it is, but it sucks. I don't.
Yeah,
like
it's not good, right?
I've given it like 3 different tries, and I mean, it's not bad, but
It's kind of like Entourage vibe.
no, it's not. I
No.
mean, they try to be Entourage, but it's not as funny
Yeah.
or as well written.
They have a lot of cameos though.
It's just that the players they have playing the athletes are all such bad actors.
Really?
Like the
They
main,
just, like,
the main
they
wide
just- they
receiver.
just get jacked to guys.
Yeah, the
or
main
what?
wide receiver that's a diva. Like he sucks. He was actually in that
Yeah.
Black Klansman movie. I guess he turned out to be a better actor, but in the show he
Black
sucks.
Lens.
Klansman,
I didn't see
I
it.
didn't
The
see it.
Spike,
Spike Lee movie.
Oh, I never
He's
saw
He's like
it,
the
I never
main
saw
black guy in that movie.
Oh, okay.
They won did it win Best Picture or something?
Did it win?
Or
Oh
like,
no,
go-
that other the Green Book or whatever. Won,
okay, but it was nominated,
Yeah,
I
it was
guess.
nominated. They said it's the second time that Spike Lee's lost to a movie that was like about like a relationship between a black person and a white person.
Oh, really?
And they call it like they say like that's a big thing where like apparently white people love those movies because it makes them feel good, you know.
Yeah.
But I heard it in the Green Book. I was listening to a podcast. Larry Wilmore or something like that. Is that his?
I think
is that his name? He's
the
like a
comedian that used to be on
Yeah.
like, late night.
I was listening to one of his podcasts, and he was like, "There is a scene in that movie where the white guy teaches the black dude how to eat fried chicken," and he's like, "I was like, I'm fucking done with this movie when that scene happened." And he's like, "And that white dude wasn't even from the South." He's like, "You trying to tell me this white dude from the Northeast knows how to eat fried chicken?"
Yeah, you're trying to tell me the black guys never eaten fried chicken.
And it was like Do the Right Thing was a movie like in 1990 that Spike Lee, like everybody thought he should have won for. I've never seen that movie.
I've never seen it either.
But he lost to Driving Miss Daisy, which was basically the same movie as the Green Book except flip flop, where it was a black driver. And,
Yeah.
So
Damn.
yeah, it's like that's fucked up. But
Driving Miss Daisy with Morgan Freeman. That was a good movie back in the day. I'm
never
surprised
saw
they
it.
haven't.
I never saw that either.
Are you being serious with
That was like in '91, right?
Yeah,
Is that what you said?
dude? It's a good movie.
You saw it eventually, like on TV or something?
I
Or?
don't remember when I saw it, but yeah. Well, it was one of those books that became a. I definitely didn't read.
I
it.
always
It's
hear
a-
it referred to like in rap songs. And
It's
like,
good.
shit
Oh, really?
Like that.
It's a good movie. Morgan Freeman's in it, and what's that dude? I don't. The guy from Coneheads, the dad in the Coneheads. He's
the guy from
Aykroyd, Dan Aykroyd.
Dan
Yeah.
Aykroyd. Yeah.
Did y'all see the Lion King trailer that came
I
out today?
saw
The second
looks
one.
interesting.
I haven't
Yeah,
seen
the like CGI one.
Yeah.
It looks
but-
intense.
Yeah, the second trailer came out today.
Oh shit!
And it shows like a lot more, and it looks badass. I'm
Yeah,
so
it does
excited.
look badass. It's like, dude, I guess they're done making new movies. Like, we're not doing that anymore.
Yeah.
We're only remaking
So,
shit.
The trailers I need to watch right now are The Lion King. Apparently, the new Aladdin trailer came out, and it's a lot better than the first
Oh,
one.
yeah,
and
yeah.
then the Joker movie that we were talking
exactly.
about.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
With Joaquin Phoenix.
We're just all
Yeah.
remaking movies.
Yeah,
And like,
it's like-
I saw like they're making a new Godzilla. It's like, I was like, how many times can you remake the same fucking movie?
Dude.
it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I love those Godzilla movies.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's just like
Why?
it's like that part of me that also likes like the first few Transformers. It's just like they're shitty action movies,
Yeah,
but they're just
shitty
like
action movies.
They
Exactly.
like I don't know. They're entertaining. I think.
You're the part of the problem. I want you to know that. You're the reason art is gonna die.
I'm the
'Cause
main
you're
box office revenue.
You're the
Yeah.
guy just sitting there like, oh, this is great. Fucking.
Let's go get a flask and go to the movie theater.
Yeah, exactly.
That's also, but yeah.
Drink for every explosion.
Hey, fuck you.
so true. So good.
I feel like in action movies, I've never been a huge fan of stuff like that because during the like climax and the big fight scenes, there's so much going on and so many cut shots left and
Yeah.
right. And I'm just
I
like,
love
can you
that.
fucking pan out so I can actually see what's happening?
yeah.
Like I can't follow. It's like this guy gets punched and
that's
now
one of
it's
the
somebody else
problems.
getting shot.
One of,
And
the,
it's like-
one of the main problems with like action movies like that is like, okay, he wouldn't have survived that. Okay, well, he's not gonna survive. You know, there's an explosion right next to him, and he gets shot in the arm, and then he's still running
Yeah.
from 20 guys. He beats up 5 of them. Like, no
So,
one. That's
yeah.
never
Yeah.
gonna happen in real life. What are we
Yeah.
doing?
So I think I'm talking about like I like action movies with a hint of like sci-fi in them, to where I can think it's believable because it's in a different world.
Okay.
If it's like Fast and the Furious #9, or it's like fucking like Jason Statham like just like kicking dudes' asses, I'm like, all right. He's like he kills everyone with the first bullet, and then no one can hit him with their bullets.
Okay, I like hand-to-hand combat. I like
okay.
watching those kind of movies. I think
Yeah.
that's real tight. Like like a Kill Bill type thing, like
Okay, that's
like
cool.
the scene between Uma Thurman and
Or
what's her
Matrix.
name?
Oh, yeah,
and
that
like
is
in the
good.
first one, and Lucy Liu or what's
Yeah,
her,
that
what
is
it?
bad, Lucy
Yeah,
Liu.
it's fucking
she
sick. Like
cuts her-
that,
yeah.
that kind of stuff is awesome. But
Did
yeah,
you like
it's
The
just
Matrix?
like the explosions and stuff.
Did you like that?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah,
the
they
Matrix.
have-
That,
who
that's
doesn't?
also like a
Everybody-
thought-provoking movie.
everybody
though.
likes the
I think
fucking
that I was
Matrix.
thinking about The Matrix. It's so ahead of its time.
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
It's just-
you know, Will Smith passed up on that movie to do Wild Wild
Oh
West.
yeah.
Dude.
Oh,
But it's just
man.
it's
Yeah,
so
bad call,
influential.
right?
You think kids now like even like know about it? I mean, they know about it probably.
Yeah, with-
That's another thing that's
You think
like,
a 12-year-old
it's still-
kid?
It's still big
yeah,
in pop
maybe.
culture, like the blue pill, red pill thing
that's what I was
is
thinking.
always still.
I
like,
thought about that the
prevalent.
other weekend. Like, there are so many references to it in society still.
Yeah,
But I wonder if people know, like, oh, it's from this iconic fucking trilogy. that
Yeah,
was
because
so
I see
fucking
memes.
badass.
I always see there's a glitch in the Matrix movie where
Yeah.
you are glitch in the Matrix memes where there's like two people that look just alike, like in the same.
Oh yeah, yeah. There are so many references
there's
to the
so many
Matrix.
references. Yeah. That
It's-
was a
And like
good-
yeah, the
that was a
red pill
good-
community and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, that was a bomb. That I like. I mean, I like
It was
that.
so
that
ahead
movie.
of its time. Think about like that just concept.
Yeah,
It was
but that was.
mean,
I agree with the sci-fi where you're like, I know this is another world. It's not possible in
Yeah.
real life. That makes sense to me.
yeah, but
So
I can
like,
immerse myself in this world and just get lost for like
yeah,
2
but
hours.
if it's just like, oh, but John Wick, where Keanu Reeves is just a
Yeah.
badass, like, dude, come on,
Yeah.
man, you're not
Yeah.
gonna avoid all those bullets.
yeah,
dude.
like
One of them's
no
gonna
one,
shoot
no
you.
one can hit him
Yeah,
once.
yeah, you're gonna.
everybody loves those movies though, right?
I don't know why people love those
I've
movies.
never
The
seen-
first
I
two are
know-
pretty good actually.
I heard,
But it does. You're right. It gets to the point where it's just like
yeah.
they're just like it's like really dry and like dark.
I just
So it's
don't-
not corny.
What am I paying for to see a guy miss bullets for it? I don't think it's it's just not
Well,
entertaining. Like,
yeah,
am I
but
paying to watch explosions for an hour?
You're kind of rooting for him because just what he goes like they kill his dog and like his wife dies and it's just like he like is depressed and shit. And
Yeah.
I don't know. He like just kind of like summons his badass.
I also don't like that he totaled that car for no reason. There's a part where he's like driving around in a warehouse and he just like starts a car and just starts smashing shit. I was like, what's the plan here,
I don't
dude?
remember that.
Yeah, there's a part of it. It's like
Really?
really stupid. It's like, where's your plan here? I don't know.
But yeah, those movies. It's like in one of the Fast and the Furious where they're cruising through like a downtown and they're destroying everything behind them, and it's just like, are you like what? You know how many people die with you trying to like
Exactly,
get away from this
exactly.
one person? Like, what? We're still
it was
rooting for you.
Yeah, if it was a real life, we'd be like, yeah, fuck that guy, throw him into the jail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is supposedly a really good dude. I always
Yeah.
hear stories about how he's like a badass.
I heard that recently too, but it wasn't with you.
I think it was I think for the Matrix. Was it the Matrix? He like donated his check to all the special effects people because he's donated some money to all the
Really? 'Cause
special.
that was, like, his
because
first big
because
role,
obviously he made a lot of money from it, but he's like the people in the special effects obviously did a lot of work and so they should deserve more money for doing it, and so he donated to him or something like that. So
That's cool.
I'm gonna say
that's
top 20 movie of all time. Top 20
Matrix.
trilogy.
yeah, I mean I'm sure.
Yeah, it's
I wonder if
up there.
people they're gonna remake it soon, so we'll
Yeah,
have to see
they'll
how they
make
do
it.
We'll have to see
It's
how
gonna
they
look
do it.
crazy if they remake it like in
Yeah.
20 years.
That was so ahead of its time. Even
Yeah,
when
it's
that's
like-
Yeah, it still looks CGI back. I mean, yeah, CGI still holds up. I saw
Yeah.
it not too recently. It's still not bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lion King top 10 movie of all time.
Oh,
The original.
That's gotta be a different.
I think that was the
It's
first
just-
movie where you
No, I
saw
think-
like some where they taught kids about death. That's what I think.
Yeah, it's just-
I think it's the first movie where
Everything
someone
is
died.
so good. Like all the music is good.
Yeah.
The music was bomb. They got the guy that played the voice for Mufasa is dead, right? So I wonder who they're gonna play.
No, he's dead. He died.
Dude,
The
he's-
Sandlot
he's
old
pretty-
man?
Yeah, that Sandlot. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
James Earl Jones.
Yeah, James Earl
He
Jones
died?
died.
I don't know.
It sounded like him in the trailer.
I'm sure they got someone to get his voice, but I don't-
It was,
I
yeah.
think,
Yeah,
dude,
they could
James Earl
definitely
Jones.
replicate that
Yeah,
now. I mean, they put Carrie Fisher in the Star Wars movies, right? Even though she's dead.
Oh, Leia?
As Princess Leia.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
yeah.
like were able
A
to.
young version of
if
her?
they can make a Tupac hologram in concert, then they can make
Yeah. Or they can. I'm sure there are tons of guys that can recreate that voice.
a. Yeah,
Too.
yeah, true. Yeah,
Like
those
just-
imitators.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure they are, but I wonder. I think is it Earl?
I think Lion King is the top 10 movie of all time.
Nope,
Just,
he's-
it's reach.
Nope, he's alive. He's 88 years old, still alive.
I think I think he did the voice. It sounded just like
he did
him.
the voice. The trailer came up with him. That's
really?
badass. Okay, well that's gonna make it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, me and Scott, we went to the Astros game last night, and we were talking about how they haven't remade The Sandlot, and we feel like that one's ripe to be remade. Man, that's gonna be.
Ooh,
Yeah.
they should remake.
But it's
should
like,
make
it's perfect timing because they're a little bit older than us. It's gonna be like their kids, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of like the one with what was the one with Keanu Reeves where that's kind of like a remake.
Hardball.
That's like I was like they should make like a darker version, but I was like Hardball kind of is a darker version of that already.
Yeah. It's crazy. I don't like baseball, but I love baseball movies.
Yeah,
I don't know why,
because
baseball movies are exciting.
awesome.
Baseball's boring as shit.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess baseball lends itself to dramatic moments. Like
It
bottom
does.
of the ninth, you know, like
Yeah.
so.
And it's not like constant action. It's like the pitcher staring at like there are moments where it's just like the tension is there, not like in a basketball game where it's just like constant action.
Yeah, and also because baseball, it's easier to fake being good at. Whereas like you watch some people in a basketball movie, you're like, man, this motherfucker.
That's true.
He's not
Watching
good,
White Man Can't Jump, it's like Wesley Snipes. Is this his first time
It's
playing
like,
basketball?
is that an 8-foot goal?
Wait, was Wesley Snipes really not good at
No,
basketball?
I think Woody Harrelson. I remember reading something about it.
I've seen
I
Woody
watched that
Harrelson
recently.
was supposed to be like he was actually a good basketball
Yeah, he
player,
was
but I
good.
don't think Wesley Snipes had much of a basketball background.
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah, Wesley Snipes is worse. I watched like a clip recently.
Yeah, I was gonna say Woody Harrelson looks decent.
Yeah, he was like going between the legs and like he took like a decent jump
Dude,
shot.
Yeah.
I fucking love me some Woody Harrelson. I'll watch
Yeah.
anything that dude's in.
Yeah, he is awesome. I haven't seen Highwaymen. Dave was saying it's supposed
Dude,
to be
it's
really
fucking good, man.
Yeah.
It's a little long, but it's fucking good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, is that the one with the girl?
Bonnie
The one
Clyde.
about Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh,
But it's from the detective's point of view.
yeah. He's in that. He's Bonnie or one of them.
No,
No,
he's
no.
one of
Clyde?
the detectives.
He's one of the detectives. So, and I didn't
Dave
know.
said he doesn't think Bonnie or Clyde even speaks in the movie.
I don't
No,
think
they're
they do.
just
I don't
literally
think they
all
do.
from
I don't
their
think
point
they
of
do.
view.
And
I like that actually.
Yeah.
Just like
I think it's based pretty close to the real story because at the end they show like real footage, and I had no idea that's how it ended. And I've always heard about Buddy Clyde, but I didn't know.
Yeah, it's
what the
crazy.
story was.
Why were they so infamous?
I think it was like they were the first like celebrities. Like I think they were some of the first like national celebrities. Even though they're like and I think it was so weird because it was a couple, and it was kind of like the romantic.
Yeah, like they were in
Vibe of
love
it,
and just
yeah.
And they also like were one of those criminals who kind of gave their money back, right?
Oh yeah,
So it
that's
was
right.
like-
I think it was like around
Robin
the
Hood?
Depression era.
Yeah.
And they did some of the Robin Hood.
So it was more like, oh yeah, fuck the banks,
they only robbed banks. Yeah, I think it was more of that era. But they killed a lot of people, like a lot of. So,
yeah.
I don't know.
That was just their PR move.
Yeah.
Yeah, a good move though.
It is. Like I listened to this whole podcast about. Oh man, it's called like City of Lights, and it's supposed to be like one of the top 50 movies of all time, and it's a Charlie Chaplin movie, and they were talking about Charlie Chaplin.
Yeah.
It was made in like 1932,
Was
and
it
they
a
said
silent movie?
It's a silent movie like all of his other ones, but they said in 1928 is when like talking movies became a thing, and it was clear by the time he made this City of Lights movie that talkies were like here to stay, but he was still just like fuck that. I think that dialogue is overrated, there's no need for it, and he made this movie and they're like it's still fucking like incredible the way that he's able, and they're like you can go on YouTube, and I pulled up one of the videos of him directing, and he's so hands-on with people that he will go and he will do their part for them and be like this is exactly what I want you to do, and it's like mythical that he made them redo this one take like 300 and something times until he was like a perfectionist like that.
Wow.
But they're like they feel like because he directed that way and was like a fucking genius, and like everybody was like they said that future comedies all are based on the template that he created, and they're like but because of that one mythical thing about him doing hundreds of takes for this one scene, now like all these directors nowadays like study that, and they feel like that gave them a license to also be like, oh, I'm a genius, you guys just don't understand, we're gonna do this until it's fucking perfect. So there was told about like David Lynch, I think he's the guy who directed Fight Club, and they're like he's like a lot of directors are known for being assholes and just like and they're like
he empowered other directors
right
yeah.
Whoa, that's cool. I
kinda wanna watch that now.
I heard he was a ladies' man.
Charlie?
Yeah.
He was like the first big movie star ever, right?
Oh wait, this was a thing they told during the podcast. They said so he casted this girl. Apparently he brought in tons of people to audition for the role. The movie's about how he's a tramp, it's like his famous character, the tramp.
He's a tramp?
They call him the tramp, but he's basically like a homeless dude.
What is a tramp? Like the Lady in a Tramp?
I don't know.
Is that a homeless person?
I don't know. I think it's probably evolved, the definition, but at the time he was supposed to be a homeless person.
I thought it was like a prostitute at one point.
Yeah, I thought that was what it was
why
too.
Disney have a movie
male
called
tramp.
maybe.
The
But
Lady and the
he
Tramp.
was the tramp in the movie. And the movie's about how he meets this girl who's blind, and he is trying to like make money to pay for her operation to make her see. And the whole point of the movie was like they get to the end and she has the operation, and whenever she can see, is she still gonna want to like be in love with him now that she can see that he's like this homeless person and not who she thought he was the whole time? And anyway, the girl was like some unknown, like not even an actor, and they said they interviewed her afterwards, and they were like, yeah, was it ever like weird with him on set? Like, did he ever kind of like come across like creepy or anything like that? And she was just like, nah, I'm way too old for him. And she was implying that he was into like
How old was
underage
she?
girls and stuff.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's
So they're like, apparently he's got a
That wasn't that big of a deal back then.
No, I'm sure. Yeah,
I mean, maybe
when
in
you
the
live
50s.
to you're like 50, you know, you're gonna die sooner.
Well, I guess it wasn't because girls, they would get married when they were
Yeah.
teenagers.
Yeah, dude, you were getting married when you were 16, no problem. That was a normal thing, I feel like.
What's it say?
Oh, a tramp is a person who travels from place to place on foot in search of work as a beggar or a vagrant.
So it's like the stereotypical. They
It's a
got the little
homeless-
the stick with the bag on
Yeah,
it.
that's
Like
a tramp.
Okay.
a male gypsy, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That's
But
cool.
Lady and the
Okay.
Tramp then, huh?
Because he was a street
even
dog,
remember, I
and she
guess.
was like a prissy.
Oh,
She was like a rich
okay.
prissy
I
dog.
never saw.
Okay,
I never saw the
okay.
movie.
Yeah, and he was like, yeah,
That makes sense.
That makes way more sense. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. I got a segment I want to start doing. So there's a podcast. It's called Call Me Daddy, and I think they say
Oh.
stupid shit all the time. So I
Yeah.
want to listen to.
I
a clip
always
that-
see the
I want to
clips.
see the clip that they say, and then argue or give our opinion about what
Okay.
they say. Because every time I hear, I'm like, this is so like dumb, and like, what are you thinking about when you say stuff like this?
Oh, so
Yeah.
we're gonna start some beef with this.
No, I know. I
Okay, we
swear.
should.
No, because
Yeah.
every time I hear it, it's like I was like, what makes
Yeah.
you? I would be embarrassed if I was you and saying.
We'll
this.
give the back. So it's two.
It's just a it's
Really
just,
attractive
it's just
girls.
it's just too attractive. I
talking
think
about like relationships.
they give a supposedly rich. It's a very popular podcast apparently. And
Yeah.
they just it's called Call Me Daddy.
It's a spin off of a Bleacher Report.
Yeah. I think it's part of like Barstool
or no, Barstool.
Barstool.
Yeah, it's
and
Barstool.
it's just these two young girls and they give advice, I guess. But they always I will listen to them.
Yeah,
like,
I see the
I see
clips.
the clips and I'm like, these clips are so dumb. Like, and so like we're gonna listen to one and hear what they say about it.
Okay.
Hang on, let me put it on my
Couples that have
hang on,
Instagrams
hang
together.
Hang on. Let's
Does that even exist?
put it over there.
I don't know what they're talking about. I've seen that before.
I
Or
haven't.
I've seen like Facebook pages where it's like
Yeah, I've seen like
John and Mary and
But, like,
last name,
parents.
whatever.
I've seen,
I
like-
feel like I've
you've seen people our
yeah,
age.
I
have
can't
that?
I can't like
I've seen
follow
parents
I've
have
seen
that.
before. Yeah, that makes sense.
Like
That
Betsy's
makes
parents
sense.
had like the Hogue parents. That was their Facebook page.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here's this one's over here. So here's the clip, and we'll listen to this, and then we'll give our opinion on their stupid talks.
Sophia showed something to me the other day, and I did not believe her that it was even a thing. Couples that have Instagrams together. Knock it off! I looked one up. A couple literally wrote, true love stories never have endings, and then a sunshine emoji. Dan, senior acquisition executive. Taylor, surgical tech. Shut the fuck up. That really just shows me that there's a breakup on the horizon. Couples that are so up each other's assholes and like have shit like this together. Yeah. One of them is so possessive, and if one goes on a trip, like that's the ones that's like cheating. Right, like they're terrified that if this person has access to the outside world that they can't monitor. Alex, if you ever see me having a shared Instagram account with another man, push me down a flight of get the fuck out of here, we won't be friends. Knock it off! Dan and Taylor, get the fuck out of here with your little...
That's it.
All right.
That's kind of true.
There's a lot of truth to
There's
that.
a lot of truth. There's a lot of truth. They say annoying shit behind it, but yeah, there's a lot of truth to that.
Yeah.
I'll give them that.
They're being overly dramatic, but
Yeah.
I mean, I would agree that if I saw something like that, I would think, oh, these people lost their individual
Yeah.
identities.
I
Like,
just
For
don't.
sure.
The only thing I think about is what guy agrees to this.
I've never
and
seen that
why.
before, but it must
I've seen it
exist.
before.
Really?
I have family members that have a shared fucking
But
account.
the times that I've seen it, I've always thought of it as like, okay, this guy is one of those guys who just doesn't have social media, and it's his
I
girl
understand,
doing it, and he doesn't really know or even have a say in it.
I understand that. But if you're just trying to be like one of those cute like couples that just like always has pictures together, because I've seen that sometimes. I mean, it's okay if you want to do that, but your pictures better be fucking good. You know, if it's just you at like the park,
got shitty pictures,
yeah, if you
you
got
can't.
shitty pictures, and it's like, or if you're not like, and you also better be a very attractive couple, because if you're just like two average couples, you're just like I don't care about you. It's like the baby.
That's kind of fucked
it's like
up,
it's like the baby thing. It's the truth. It's like it's like the baby thing. If your baby's it's just a normal baby to me. You're just another couple to me. I don't really give a shit. You know, I don't follow couples like that, but
It reminds me of that husbands of Instagram thing though, where it's like the pictures of the guy taking the picture of his wife, which is funny. All right, this is pretty.
I
Yeah,
do
those are
love
good.
those. I do love those. And where you go, like I've seen ones where the guy's like pans the beach, and he like literally there's like 10 people guys just taking pictures of their girls of like different positions.
I feel like I could drive around downtown
Oh,
on a
100%,
weekend, you know?
100%.
Dude, I see people waiting for a red light, and then they just run out to the middle of the street, and they take as many pictures as they can, and they get back to the
100%.
sidewalk.
Really?
Yeah. And whenever we lived in Edo, they do that on the train tracks, and we'd see it outside our window all the time.
Yeah,
like
dude.
almost every weekend, there would be people out there.
Yeah,
Shit, man.
train tracks are an attractive, you know,
Yeah.
big
Makes you dark and
I don't.
moody.
Yeah, it doesn't
Like,
make
where's
you-
this person going?
Yeah. Is he a tramp? You see him with the like stick and thing over their shoulder. All right, well that's a new segment I want to do. I think it's a good because I've heard a lot of theirs, and like it's two girls, so I figured if we
Well,
get like
do you
guys,
remember
opinion-
any? Because I'm thinking of one where they're like, whenever a couple stops having sex, it's either on the girl's side, it's like 3 of these things, and then on the guy's side, it's like 2 of these things. And I can't remember what it was, but I was just like, that's not right at all.
Really?
From like the
No.
guy's perspective.
I can't remember any of theirs. Yeah, that sounds like a good one. We'll have
Yeah.
to debate the opposite side. But yeah, like stuff like that. It's like,
Yeah.
what makes you think that you're qualified to give this information? And
I think it's also their delivery too that annoys the shit out of me.
right. Like it's one thing if you want to give your opinion, but to say like,
Yeah.
oh, it's this for
Yeah,
sure.
that's how
it's like
they're like,
what
no,
makes-
it's this. Your guy sucks. or
Yeah, it's like,
something.
what are you talking about?
Or
What
like
makes
he's
you-
cheating on you.
And again,
I'm like, damn.
if you're just like trying to do it to be like sarcastic and make a big show, that's one thing. But I think they're actually being serious when they say,
Yeah,
you know,
I hate those girls already.
right,
It's the
right.
first time I've ever seen.
I know, right?
anything about
That's great.
them,
That's why I was like, all right, we're gonna find
Yeah,
him. When I get clips like that, we're gonna get a clip every time.
I'd love
It's
to
just
read the
debating.
comments on
that's
it.
One,
Is
that's
it-
gonna be one of our segments.
That's
Are the
just-
comments just like hate,
That's a
or
new
is it
segment.
just like
No, apparently, like I said, they got a lot of followers. They got a lot of
really?
people.
I mean,
listening.
I'm sure they do, but like people love to hate.
Yeah, a lot of it's just like two girls, but they're hot girls. And they're talking about sex,
Yeah.
and it's like, yeah, guys are stupid idiots, and they'll listen to two hot girls
Yeah.
talk about sex all day. That's because we're dumb.
That's the appeal. That's the only appeal.
Yeah, you know, I got a guy that's married in a relationship. He gets to hear two young girls talk about sex. Yeah, I'm sure they'll be interested in that. You know.
Yeah.
Anyways, new segment though. So we're gonna come up with some
Alright,
new segment.
yeah.
I want some more new segments like
Yeah,
that.
we
but that's a
need
good
we
one.
need them to keep coming up with content so we have content.
yeah.
Hey, our goal is to hear them talk shit about us.
Ooh, that's a good goal. That's
That's our goal.
That's our goal. We'll just do it every time. That's
These
100%.
three lame-ass
These
dudes out in Houston,
think they know
Texas.
Yeah.
shit. They've got like they've got like literally 5 views. They think they're gonna talk shit about us. They wouldn't do it. Yeah, I wish they would, but we keep clowning on them enough. I think we would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right. I guess that's the end. Anything coming up, guys? Anything you want to talk about? Promote?
One more show till Asia.
One more show till Asia. That's right.
Yeah.
But now I got to get that typhoon shot or whatever typhoid shot.
Typhoid.
I
Yeah,
don't think
I
I'm
don't
gonna
know.
get it, man.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get
Dude,
it.
you'll be
114.
fine.
Well, okay. I was reading about it when Dave texted me, and it said it's good to get it like as far out as you can. Really, you want to get it like months in advance because it takes a while for the vaccination to take
right.
effect. You know.
Right, so it's too late now.
And also, they said it's a much bigger deal if you're staying in a hostel or something like that. where
Okay. Yeah.
Is it bacteria from people or from food? Or just
I think it's both. It's just
like a virus.
any place where it's not like where people don't practice good hygiene, where they don't wash their hands and stuff like that, then you're susceptible to getting it.
For sure, I'm gonna go get the. I'm gonna try to get the medicine that stops you from the diarrhea one that keeps you from having diarrhea.
Oh, yeah.
I just and someone's gonna knock on wood, guys, but I feel like someone's gonna go down on one of these days for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to be conscious of what I eat. Like
How are you gonna do that, man?
no raw fish.
Oh, I don't eat fish,
No.
anyways.
Yeah, I don't know.
They don't have exactly McDonald's over there. Even if they did have McDonald's, I wouldn't
The
go
thing
over
is,
I
like,
feel like-
the street food's supposed to be the shit.
there. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm
places,
definitely, I'm
so-
not holding back on the food,
Yeah.
man. That's what I'm saying. I'm knock on wood. I'm probably gonna get it. You know, that's how I was
It's
like,
just,
I get
it's
this
more
place.
like just eat where the locals eat, right?
Yeah, but you gotta think the locals. It's like
Well, okay.
they're used to they're adapted to the
Yeah.
food
Yeah.
because they've been eating it their whole lives.
It's
We
like
are
a
not.
fucking tramp eating out of the garbage. Like
Tramp. We're all gonna start using tramp in like our everyday speech now.
yeah,
We should bring the word back.
Yeah.
Started here, ladies and gentlemen. Tramp.
fucking tramp.
You're no longer homeless people out
Yeah,
there.
we're not gonna call them thoughts or sluts. We'll be like fucking tramp. The kids are gonna be like, "What is a
I've
tramp?"
always associated tramp with a female.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
the name. I don't
Yeah, I
know
thought
why.
that was with Marcos. I thought it was a hooker.
yeah. Me too.
Yeah, it was
so,
weird.
Weird.
But yeah, NBA playoffs start Saturday.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Exciting.
So,
We got a busy weekend.
yeah.
Game of Thrones Sunday. Any
Dude,
game?
Game of Thrones. Game of
Yeah?
Thrones.
I'm
dude,
out.
I don't know.
I'm kind of out.
I don't know. I don't know, dude. Where are you gonna?
So
I need to
good.
find a place to watch it. I don't have HBO.
Montana. You want to come over?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
Watch
even watch
party
it.
Sunday.
I'm not gonna watch
Unless the Rockets are.
I don't even like Montana, but I'm gonna go watch it. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No one likes
Montan's
Montana.
okay. I'm just
No one
kidding.
really likes Montana.
Dude,
You
we
just-
just all use Montana.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucked
Dude,
up.
that would be. I need to get my hands on the last season. That'd be a good thing for me to
Dude,
watch. On our
why would you?
I'll
Not?
send you a
You're
link.
an idiot. You should definitely be watching it. It's
Have
really
you
good.
watched up to season 6, but you haven't seen season 7?
I haven't. Well, I told
He doesn't
him
know where
I'm
he is.
confused because it's been so long.
I know.
It's been so long since they've
Dude,
had a season.
we're
right?
definitely gonna
That-
talk about it on the podcast, so you're gonna want to be
Yeah.
caught up because
I
we're
mean,
definitely gonna be spoiling it.
It's one of those things like Chang is. You know how he's like, oh, something so big that it just kind of like
Yeah,
turns
that's
you
how
off
I
to
was.
it.
got
That's
you,
how I
got you.
was.
understand.
Well, honestly, I got
I
so
understand that. I
inundated
understand.
with, oh, there's a new TV show. This you gotta go watch
I
the fucking
understand.
one with all the
I
kids
understand.
on
I
Netflix, and
understand.
then there was like 10 at once. I'm like, I'm fucking
Oh.
out on all of them.
Yeah,
Yeah, I understand that.
I was too.
I understand that feeling. Yeah, for sure.
So,
Yeah, I got on Game of Thrones like 2017, and it started like in 2009.
oh, dude, I started watching in college. I got our
Oh,
internet.
really?
Our internet got shut off because I fucking downloaded
Oh,
an illegal
right.
torrent, and they fucking made me delete my shit. Like it was weird.
In the dorm?
Yeah.
No, in our apartment.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got like started getting messages like almost like a virus type thing. It was weird, dude.
Yeah, my brother got a physical letter in the mail from AT&T saying like a cease and desist, and we're like, "We'll cut your shit off."
Yeah,
like,
I got
what
that
the
shit.
That's crazy.
For bootlegging some
Yeah, for
torrents.
bootlegging and shit. Yeah.
HBO, they don't fuck around,
Hey,
man.
oh, hey, they are real.
I've
they
been
don't-
watching. I've been trying to catch up with
hey,
season
don't
7.
say this. don't
Yeah,
say it on this
yeah,
podcast.
Yeah, let's keep that.
They have like an algorithm that like,
You talking shit,
is
bitch?
scanning.
How do you like this internet connection?
Scanning the internet for Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Dude, it's gonna be the most. I mean, I'm sure it's gonna be most like pirated. Illegal.
It is the most pirated show of all time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
At this point, though, it's just totally detached from the books.
Yeah,
Yeah.
But this season is gonna be ahead of where the books end up are at right
Okay.
now.
Yeah,
But they're
apparently-
like they're worried that guy he's like really unhealthy and really old, and they're like this guy's gonna
Dude,
die before he finishes
He is
the
a
books.
fucking slob.
Yeah, but he's
I wonder if
rich
he's-
as fuck.
Yeah, I wonder if he's married or not, because he might just be like one of those disgusting fucks that can just fuck models just because he's so filthy rich.
Yeah, I would.
Dude,
yeah,
he
I would
looks like a
imagine.
homeless Santa Claus.
He just has sex.
He does look like
through
it.
the sheets.
Oh,
Homeless Santa Claus.
He does.
Oh, imagine what that smells like.
Or you know that like
Onions.
that South Park guy that's like always playing World of
Oh,
Warcraft.
yeah,
the
the World of
older guy
Warcraft,
with
yeah,
like pimples.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
You know what I'm talking about?
about. I know what you're talking about. That's great. Yeah.
That's what he looks like.
That's messed up, man.
Yeah, but apparently like
Everybody deserves
yeah,
love.
he has no incentive to finish the books because now
It'd be funny if he was like, "Screw you guys, I'm not finishing it."
Yeah, I'm gonna start producing my own show.
Why
That's
not?
not how I wanted it to end.
Yeah. I've seen pictures. He does not look in the best of health.
yeah.
Well, all right, guys. Well, thanks for tuning in. FreshOffTheDome.com on Instagram, iTunes, Spotify. I looked up Twitcher. I gotta buy more equipment.
Twitch.
I looked up Twitch. I gotta buy.
Is
another-
Twitch the live
Yeah,
stream?
I gotta buy another piece of equipment.
People
So
use Twitch.
I'm not gonna be able
Is
to
that
do
like
it.
a thing?
We're gonna live stream this bitch. Yeah.
Apparently, we got to start putting shit on TikTok since that's how Lil Nas X blew up.
Oh
What's
yeah.
Tik- Oh, really?
It's
Oh,
like, it's
wait,
like
can we
the
talk
new
about-
Vine.
Dude, I
It's
don't
the
even
new
know.
Vine.
Oh,
Can we
is
talk
that
about
what it
Old
is?
Town Road? I mean,
I think we talked about it a little bit last week, but
oh, y'all did.
We're at an hour and 20 minutes, man. We gotta. Yeah, this is very
Yeah.
long.
Well, I guess it's like the tech thing. So
Yeah. So we're gonna do that soon, but I gotta buy some equipment. It's probably gonna
Yeah.
be, we probably have to do it when I get back from Asia. So, all right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all next week. Bye.